On the surface, Elimination Chamber 2014 this Sunday has quite a bit going for it on paper. I'm somebody that's asked for a long time for the WWE to push some new stars, and it looks like they're trying to do that. I've asked them to give me some matches of consequence on a pay-per-view, and they have done that with this show. I've also asked them to sit there and announce a full card ahead of time. Actually let us know what we were expected to pay for, or in a lot of your cases expected to go to a WH Sports or VIP box or whatever and stream. And the WWE has done that. So on the surface, there's a lot of positive momentum for the WWE heading into Elimination Chamber. Now, I'm sure some of you are going to talk about CM Punk stuff, and you're going to talk about what's going on with Daniel Bryan and this and that. Some of that does work against the WWE, I assure you. But like I said, for some of those things I'm talking about, there does seem to be a lot going for this show on paper. However, it will be important for the WWE to keep their focus on this show, which I think will be very difficult considering the next night everybody is, already, I'm sure, on pins and needles and a bundle of nerves behind the scenes with how the WWE Network rollout is going to go down, how that's going to play out, how that's going to work. Are they going to be caught looking too far ahead and take their eye off the ball here? Or will they manage to handle business here and then move on as we really kick off this road to WrestleMania? That will be the ultimate story and the ultimate thing that I'll be looking for out of this pay-per-view. So now let me share with you what I expect to see out of this Elimination Chamber 2014 pay-per-view, and yeah, let's get going. The Rhodes Brothers versus Ryback just has that feel of a match that should be on the YouTube pre-show, and it is. It's appropriately placed on this card. It's on the pre-show, as it should be. No title matches on the damn pre-show. This type of match is what belongs on the pre-show. Not a lot of story going into it, a chance for 4 guys to appear as a part of the pay-per-view, get some type of pay-per-view money. That's what this should be. And that's what we've got here. Now, on the surface, this obviously looks like the Rhodes Brothers should easily steamroll through these 2 boring fucks, Ryback and Curtis Axel. But I really wonder if this is being designed as the ultimate break-apart point for Cody Rhodes and Goldust, and if this is really going to be that launching point to what I hope is going to be a match between the Rhodes Brothers at WrestleMania. We've been waiting for it for a couple of years now. I truly hope that's where they're going, and I hope that they do it by having Goldust turn on Cody Rhodes.
Enough with that schleg daddy, individual. Keyboard warriors, get those flaming fingers of awesome going, because it's time to talk about the best motherfucking match of the night. Well, they had him touch. They had him touch. As you can see, I was clearly excited with this week's Raw and what happened at the end. They had him touch. I couldn't contain myself. I'm sorry, guys. It's just how it goes. Because Marcus Smart here loves him some Shield and loves him some Wyatt family. They are 2 incredibly awesome factions, and dare I say maybe 2 of the greatest factions of all time. Oh my God. Here's a couple of things that Marcus Smart would like to see. Number 1, the Shield versus the Wyatt family should be in an Elimination Chamber match itself. Number 2, it should be the main event of the damn show, and what I want all of you to do is go to WrestlingInc.com, get Creature of the Night to join in with you, go to the LordsOfPain.net forums, you go to the WWE.com website, and you tell them Marcus Smart sent you, and you want the Shield versus the Wyatt family to be in a chamber match, and to be the main event of Elimination Chamber 2014. Oh my God, it's gonna be fucking awesome. This match is instantly a 4-star match no matter what happens. The only way this could be better is 2 things. Number 1, if it happened in Japan, extra half-star for me. Number 2 is if Daniel Bryan came out and he became a part of this match, and then out from the crowd came CM Punk. Oh my God, it could be the best motherfucker wrestling match of all time, because the Shield and the Wyatt family are the 2 best motherfucking factions in wrestling right now, and Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are the 2 best motherfucking wrestlers in the world.
Smokey left Summer in charge of the Deuces and Fours. I don't care what any of you think about that. You got any problems with that, then you have a problem with Smokey. And I don't think any of you, even though he's not here anymore, unfortunately, want to have a problem with Smokey. Hell yeah. You know why? Because he could still fuck you up. Because that's what he do. That's what he do. He puts Summer in charge of Deuces and Fours. You don't like it? That's tough shit. What Deuces and Fours is all about now is, oh my god, Roman Reigns. I want to have his puppies. I don't give a damn. I know might not win on Sunday, but by God, he's going to be so sexy with his muscles and his hair. Oh, and that baby oil all over his body. I want him to pull my ears and grab my tail. It makes a girl want to go in the heat. Roman Reigns is the future of WWE. Hell yeah, bitches.
So Marcus Smart obviously is excited for good reason about this pay-per-view on Sunday, and Summer is as well. Imagine that. Anyways, I'll talk about something else that excites me. A black man versus a black man on the pay-per-view. I know that's got Vince's dick hard in the back. I'm sure it is. He calls it the gorilla position because when he sees a black man feud with a black man, he's like, oh, the banana has risen out of this gorilla. My name is Vince McMahon, and I get a hard-on for this shit. Anyways, I'm surprised this won't turn into some type of stupid dance-off. But Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil. Now, some people will sit there and say, like, wow, that kind of really belongs on the pre-show, if anything. No, I disagree, because there's actually at least a little bit of an effort to have a story between these two. You're trying to go with Titus O'Neil as a heel. You had him turn on Darren Young. So this match, to me, actually does belong on the pay-per-view. As far as what I would expect, I'd be stunned if Titus O'Neil didn't win on Sunday. I would be really, really stunned if he didn't. You would have to assume that Titus O'Neil would go over clean here, and you continue with this heel push, although I'm wondering what that really does for him heading into WrestleMania. Where are you actually going to slot him on the card? 2 of the 3 mid-card belts are being defended on this show, and I'm down with that. Jack Swagger versus Big E Langston for the IC title. You'd have to assume Big E's going to win here, and he's going to win clean here. One thing that actually disappoints me a little bit about Zeb Coulter, they have him out there as a heel manager, but he really doesn't get involved in the matches at all. I actually want to see if they will bother getting him a little bit involved in the match this Sunday. I would assume that Swagger's just being served up so Big E gets a pay-per-view appearance, he gets a pay-per-view match, and he gets a pay-per-view victory, and that's what it should be about at this point in time. As far as the tag title match, the Usos versus the New Age Outlaws. I love the Usos. People that have watched this channel and before that, the Off the Rope show, know the Schleg Daddy loves Samoa, period. And I want the Usos to become the tag team champions very badly. And I want them to be established as the face of the WWE's tag team division in 2014. And I want them to do that at WrestleMania 30. If you do it here, I feel like it's rushed. If you do it here, I feel like you're leaving a lot on the table. If you do it here, I feel like you've got so much more that you won't be able to explore. You could have the Usos come this close and make it look like they should be and that they could be, but the New Age Outlaws, being the veterans and one of the all-time great tag teams ever, find a way to win by hook or by crook. And that way you're sitting there and having them go old guard versus new guard, and that these young punks might be athletic and talented, but that's not all it takes to be able to succeed as a tag team in the WWE. And the old dogs still have a few tricks up their sleeves, and they can face off again at WrestleMania. That's what I want to have happen. I want to see Big E, and I'm sure he will, retain his IC title, beat Swagger clean, and we'll kind of just scuffle through that match. We'll see if the New Age Outlaws look like they really want to work. This could actually, hopefully, be a surprisingly decent match. But like I said, to me, I'm all for the Usos, and I'm all for them winning the tag straps and them becoming the face of the tag team division and getting a big rocket ship up their ass in 2014. But don't let that rocket ship fully take off until WrestleMania 30 is all I'm saying at this point. ADR versus Batista at least is a match that has some story going into it, and this starts off with a few weeks before the Royal Rumble with ADR trashing Dave Batista. So I have no problem with this match being on the card. Frankly, your Royal Rumble winner should have some type of match, I believe, on that in-between pay-per-view between Rumble and WrestleMania. And this is a good tune-up match for Batista, and God knows Batista needs it. This is a match that is needed for Batista to get his ass in some ring shape and to get him ready to main event WrestleMania 30. Now, I will find it interesting going into 2015 and beyond with only having one world championship belt in the company. are they going to continue to have pay-per-views like Elimination Chamber and Money in the Bank with these stipulations where there's only going to be one match on the show with that stipulation? I just wonder how this is all going to play out down the road. But we are where we are for this year, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match. I guess there's a lot of buzz about whether or not Lesnar's going to appear at the pay-per-view on Sunday. You know, it would be interesting. You do have Christian there. You could maybe find a way to have Lesnar take out Christian, have him enter, and have him win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, so that way he could face Batista at WrestleMania 30, which frankly to me has a little bit more drawing power and a little bit more appeal than Batista versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30. I doubt they'll do that, but I wouldn't complain if they did that. I'm assuming at this point that they're going to use this match to launch off Christian and Sheamus, especially now that Christian has turned heel. So those two guys are going to take care of themselves in some ways. I'm assuming that they're going to be setting the table for Cena and Cesaro at some point down the road, but probably having Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family interfere, get involved, cause a distraction to set up Cena versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 30, which will probably get it down to Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. Now, I know a lot of people, and certain people that even appear on this show, are going to be all about Daniel Bryan winning that WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which to me, you can't do. You just can't do. I hate to say it to you, but you just can't do. I mean, how special would it even be at this point to have Daniel Bryan win the world title again at a secondary pay-per-view? If you were going to have Daniel Bryan win the title here, you would have him do it at WrestleMania 30, you would think. That would make the most sense, wouldn't it? That would create the biggest moment, wouldn't it? Doing it at Elimination Chamber would be jumping the gun and just be stupid. And frankly, I don't think they're going to have Daniel Bryan win the belt until a little bit later in 2014. So, like, fully expect Kane and or Triple H to get involved, to interfere with Daniel Bryan, and that way Randall Keith Orton is going to remain your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, because I think they've kind of taken the storyline approach of trying to establish everybody as a form of a legitimate threat and competitor against Orton and making him look as vulnerable as possible as a heel champion. So that way, when he ultimately does hold on to the belt, everybody's like, God damn it, that slimy son of a bitch, very much like an Edge type of heel, if you know what I mean. And that's, I think, the right approach. And if that's what the WWE is going for here, I actually applaud him for it. You put over some people along the way, and you still managed to try and get more heel heat on your heel world champion. So I've got no complaints. And in general, like I said, I'm looking forward to the show on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it because there are some matches that could be very good on this show. I'm also looking to see how the show is executed, because I want to see if the WWE is keeping their eye on the ball here and taking it, from an old kind of played out sports line, taking it one day at a time. Are they doing that? Or are they going to be looking ahead to Monday night and that Raw with the people they've got coming back and to the release and launch of the WWE Network? I think the WWE probably will do their best to keep their eye on the ball here, because they know if they give the people, I think, a good taste in their mouth at the Elimination Chamber, they're hoping that the next day that'll lead to a big number for the initial subscribers to the WWE Network.
Hello, everyone out there. I am the Blue Orton. I am the #1 internet fan of the champ Randall Keith Orton. This Sunday at Elimination Chamber, a most brutal match will begin. 6 may enter, but only one of them can win. You have 5 punk-ass bitches, and Randy Orton will put them all in stitches. He is the greatest champ of all time, and that led me to create this great rhyme. Yay, yay, Randall Keith Orton will win, of this I have no doubt. He is the greatest, and he has tremendous backstage clout. Yay, yay.